you tend to go back to what you know and what you think is close to you and trust that. So they're trusting their local producer. But of course, all the studies show that New Zealand's lamb production in particular is actually better on the environment in terms of food miles and carbon emissions than Welsh lamb, about 20% better, even after you take into account the travel that goes on. So there's some easy arguments to put forward, but we shouldn't underestimate the level of scepticism about official advice in the UK around food because of the mad cow disease issue.
So we need to take it with a grain of salt. Next up, we take to task or give praise to the movers and shakers in the ag sector. Welcome back. Now it's on to you beauty, praise, or abolishing, the opposite. What do you have, Allan?
I've got a you beauty. I want to name or nominate Andrew Mackenzie, the Chief Executive of the New Zealand Food Safety Authority, who retires at the end of this month after 38 years, I think, in the industry.
Well, that's quite a stint, isn't it?
Yeah. He started as a meat worker in the South Island and has become over the period of time New Zealand's chief veterinarian, and he has been responsible for a number of the very great advances that New Zealand food safety has made over time. He's negotiated New Zealand's position with overseas regulators, EU and USA agricultural authorities to negotiate on New Zealand's behalf such things as equivalence rather than having to comply exactly with EU or US requirements.
Which was a huge win for the New Zealand meat industry.
It was a huge win for New Zealand.
Yeah.
And Andrew, I think everybody says within the industry that Andrew has always been very supportive of the industry, but above all, he takes a science-based approach to it, and that even if he doesn't give you the answer you want, he is always prepared to tell you why. Very logical. But he's also enormously respected and liked by the international regulators worldwide. I think he's done a fantastic job for New Zealand. He will be sorely missed. I'm sure he will reappear somewhere, but running Food Safety Authority since it's been set up as a separate SOE in 2007, and when it was set up in the first place in 2002, he's done a superb job.
And there are some changes underway now, aren't there, in terms of the actual structure of the Food Safety Authority and where it sits?
It's going to be folded back into MAF. They already share platforms, IT platforms, and a lot of common services, but it will no longer be a separate SOE or separate government department with its own chief executive. It will now become part of the overall MAF structure.
So will he see out that process before his retirement?
No, he retires at the end of June.
Ah, right. So that'll continue on after
That'll continue on. The Deputy Director General of MAF, Carol Barneo, will become the person responsible for the Food Safety Authority, is my understanding, within MAF. Murray Sherwin is the Director General of MAF, and he will be overall responsible for the total operation. But of course, he leaves at the end of November as well. So,
it's going to be
really
all change.
All change, yes.
Yeah. All right, Bernard, I believe you have a beauty as well.
Well, Fonterra have sent out their voting packs to farmers for their proposal for share trading between farmers and the creation of a fund which outside investors can buy into, which gives them access to the dividend stream from Fonterra, but not necessarily ownership of those Fonterra shares. Now, there have been some tweaks by Fonterra before the voting packs went out to put more controls in place so that farmers can be reassured they're not going to lose control of their cooperative. And I think it's good that Fonterra have listened to what farmers have said, and it's pretty clear that farmers have given it the quiet nod to say, okay, let's have a look at this as in a vote, and that is likely to go through. We'll see whether it does, but this is a major advance for Fonterra and the cooperative, a major change. It ends a three-step process which has been going now for a couple of years and potentially gives farmers another opportunity to get access to their capital, bring in new capital, and could be a real change in the way the dairy industry is structured.
Do you think this will mean that the pressure for Fonterra to open up shareholding to mum and dad investors will go away, at least for a short period of time?
I think we'll suck it and see whether the ability for investors to invest in the effectively units rather than shares in Fonterra is enough for them. We'll also see what happens to the Fonterra share price. That's going to be the final judge of how successful it is.
Thanks, Bernard. Well, that's all we have time for this week. Thanks to my guests, meat industry commentator Allan Barber and interest.co.nz's Bernard Hickey. And thanks to you for watching. Just a reminder that Country 99 TV will be free to air for all Sky subscribers during field days. So make sure you tell your neighbours to tune in. And we'll see you next week.